Lemon, lime, soda, skies, lucky like a four-leaf clover. Strawberry, slice of life, singing with a sip of nectar. Sweet like honey on a summer day, I'll stick with you through the wind and the rain. Sweet like honey on a summer night, like a busy bee, take a flight. 3, 2, 1, go! Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Flying high, take the dive, blue waves across the ocean. Honey straight from the hive, live it up and go with the motion. Sweet like honey on a summer day, I'll stick with you through the wind and the rain. Sweet like honey.
Yo, I realized it didn't. There. Forgot to live alert it on the Discord. There we go. Then... Hey, y'all. Greetings, greetings. Sorry that I am, well, very late, but also... the stream's going to be a little bit chaotic. As mentioned, I have a business meeting at 5:30. All right, was just actually double checking said meeting, making sure that everything I knew, nothing changed overnight. All right, have my big coffee mug is clean again, out of the dishwasher, so we're having a double coffee today. I often want a double coffee anyway. Although I often get so focused on streaming that I don't finish coffee anyway. But I'll want it right after as I get into meeting. We're going to go like an hour and a half right now. Take a break for maybe half an hour. We'll see. I actually kind of think that, well, meeting's not actually till 5:45. I want to end at 5:30, so unless the meeting, which is technically half an hour, is very short, we'll be off for like anywhere between half an hour and an hour, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little fake sugar things. Sorry, let me grab a coffee spoon real quick. They're all just floating on top. That's horrendous. Da-bum. You know what's really sad? As I was walking away, for some reason, I got the Harry Potter theme music stuck in my head, just for a moment. I never took meds. Shit, is it too late? Nah, not for today, it's not. I need to get myself a fresh pill container, like the weekly ones that give you, today, Monday evening, Tuesday evening, that you can lay out, because that's a good way that I don't forget my meds. And I need to have that on a shelf by my bed, because right now they're just downstairs, and that's fine. But, I do get into the trouble, of course, that I might be able to, what are the words? What are words even? I get the benefit of what are words even? It's fine, but if I ever sit in bed reading or anything, or otherwise get distracted or lazy in the morning, not having the meds right next to me is not ideal. Leads to situations like today where on one hand I am streaming late and I might have streamed a little bit earlier if I had taken the meds right when I woke up. But also on the other hand, or rather on the same hand, but again, the fact that it means that I'm taking the meds late. And since my meds interact with my sleep patterns, taking the meds late is actually probably pretty bad for me. At least if I want to sleep at a reasonable time or get enough sleep or various things. So you know how it is. Also, I was just rubbing my leg and I can't tell if it's a bump, a weird bump on my leg, or if I can actually feel the vein just like on a little bit of my calf. And that felt weird to me. I'm not used to noticing my veins as a physical object that are close enough to the skin to feel. Okay. Got my coffee. I've got a meal shake. You can get them at the Albert Heijn for like $2.50. So while they're not cheap food, I need to buy myself a new bag of jasmine rice. I had a big ol', must have been a 2-kilogram bag, but I ran out. I also need to go buy a specialty store and get myself some glutinous rice flour because I want to make homemade mochi. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Anyway, since I do have the kind of short stream and I do need to be aware of time, in fact, I'm going to set myself a alarm on my phone because I need to actually be out of call at the right time. All right, that's just a little bit before I plan to end stream. You know, one of the things that I really like about this mic is that it has a good big fall off. So like things happening in the background aren't super loud and various other stuff, but it comes with the downside that if I am off axis very much, really at all, then you lose my audio pretty dramatically. So, a bit of that, bit of this. Let's game, shall we? And I will... I know the whoosh is quite loud, but I don't know how loud the general audio is. It seems like it's quite okay. Right. Minx encouraged Rory. All right. Reminding myself. Yesterday we got Song of Soaring. We unlocked a handful of waypoints. And we right. All right. No point in doing most of it. I think that we want to... I'm actually very curious. Gonna... make sure that time is slowed down. I'm just very curious. No, I guess I don't need to. I would love... Problem is that I spent like a day doing this stuff. But it'd be faster now, particularly since I remember how to bomb hover. And the Cafe Mask doesn't actually do anything for me right now. We didn't actually... That's a very long quest that you can only really do after you're deep in game, despite it being one of the first things that you encounter. But I want to check just real quick. If I go to... Majora's Mask, say generate seed. Go to main settings. Logic. Vanilla. Speed ups. We... are going to remove all of the... Who's Jim? Comfort. Um... Ooh. I might... Okay. 1 minute. I need... So, what I just noticed... We're going to reset this to part 1 probably, because... I found... Okay, so Majora's Mask Randomizer. At one point, I'm going to need to hide my screen from y'all, but we're going to reset this for comfort reasons. Because if I click generate seed here, and I say we won't need a spoiler log, main options, we go to vanilla, so it stays exactly the same. Movement mode, don't mess with any of that. Don't mess with any of that. I am going to turn on continuous deco hopping because screw that. Auto invert never. No challenge modes. Obviously, we don't need any trap stuff. Blast mask cooldown, we... I wish this actually just set a time, but we'll say very short. Light is fine, because right now the terminal bushes don't seem to have any of them. Free Scarecrow, allow Fierce Deity anywhere. Not that we're going to be able to do it. Isn't bomb arrows a thing you get eventually? Anyway. Comfort, I want... Disable quick. That. Enable. I want fill wallet, hidden rupee sparkle, safer glitches. Fixed opponent's sword sounds smart. I store mobile quest items in their dedicated inventory spot. Quest items. Yep, we're gonna allow that. Might. No LG speed ups. Bomb shoe drops. Okay, basically just... but we are going to remove most of the speed ups. In fact, all of the speed ups. And we're going to remove probably... Let's not do any shortened cutscenes. Because I like cutscenes. But the big difference is, since we're vanilla, but using it on the ROM, sorry, on the none of that will matter. Just double checking. Basically, except for Deku hopping and Blast Mask and some other small things, we've just made it faster. All right, so I'm going to hide screen for just a second while I generate seed. Oh, did I already have... Majora's Mask, open. Ooh. We might actually be able to keep our file, not have lost any progress. That'll be cool. All right. Open ROM. Close randomizer, go back to gaming. Let's see. Yo! Looks like we kept our file. But... wait. Actually, I guess I can check that it's working really quickly. That's not very short. Yeah, this isn't right at all. Downloads. All right, here I think that we have it. Ah, we did lose the file. That's fine. We're gonna go with Cutie. Because I like them talking to me affectionately. Then we're gonna do all the same setup. I guess it did skip the opening cutscene. It would. But that's fine. Oh. Starts you with, Song of Time, Song of Healing, Song of Soaring. Alright, so today's job is to get us more or less back to where we were last time. First thing first. Slow down time. Wow, wow, ba-da-ba-bow, wow. Why I specifically wanted to get the randomizer, though, is this right here. Having masks and ocarina not take up these slots makes it just so much more convenient. Okay, so I need nighttime for him. And if I want... There's things which I should do. Let's get Bomber's Notebook real quick. I think that that's worth doing. And possibly Adult Wallet. And because I don't know how to index warp, we're going to activate statues as we see them. Our goals are... I guess I can do that secondarily. Why am I doing that? I need to remember that I have the joypad. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't need to do that. But then because I can shoot them... And I think they'll even... Okay, so he's still... runs away, but we can do that. Dang it. I didn't switch back from mask because I approached well enough. Didn't take off mask. Need to recatch our boy here. Yeah, figured I could just manually. They're not actually that fast. I don't need to be being so cheeky about it. Though a couple of them. Yes, yes. East Clock Town. I should have sped that up. I was wrong.